Well, I saw this Palm Island sign. I figured I'd give you a tour. Palm Island on beautiful sunny Siesta Key, Florida. I'm excited to show you this little neighborhood, so stay tuned. So welcome to Palm Island on Siesta Key, home to 150 residents. Now, if you look at the map, you will notice it is in the shape of a heart. Designed by architect Frank Archibald in the 50s. They were originally just dredging this area, and it was created out of, I think purposely, out of a heart shape. But lots of metal roofs, contemporary mixed in with some Spanish Mediterranean style properties. What I really love about Palm Island and Siesta Key, it's kind of got everything. And you can walk to the beach. It's a true walk to the beach from here. It's a public beach access, but nonetheless, it's really, really close. And also the village of Siesta Key, Canal Street, where you'll find a lot of vacationers, and especially over spring break, it's really popular. The village has a bunch of restaurants, shops. By the way, if you like Italian, I heard Cafe Gabbiano is really, really great. Lots of awesome options there. And again, within bike, lots of people out. It's another beautiful day here as we almost wrap up the end of March 2023 here. So I'm going to show you a home that I sold on this street to give you a flavor of the pricing as well. Okay, so to give you an example of kind of the values right now, this is 454 Island Circle, a great two-story. I think it's actually another level. So it's a two-story, but then there's like also like a step up, like extra room in there. 454 Island Circle here on beautiful Siesta Key. I sold this in 2015 for about $115. It's probably worth at least $2.3 to $2.5 range. It is on the water. It is on a canal, so when you look at the map, that's all canal frontage, boatable water. If you zoom in on the satellite, you will notice lots of mangroves. The mangroves are protected by federal law as well. They're great habitat for manatees and other birds and other wildlife. So you can trim them twice a year with a permit at a certain percentage of their height, just in case you were wondering about that, because not every home on the water has a seawall. So that's what's nice about the natural seawalls that we have on some of the islands. You don't have to pay and maintain and all that for those concrete and vinyl seawalls. So that's kind of interesting. The birds are chirping. Life is good in Florida. Look at the sky. I literally don't see a cloud in the sky. But look at how pretty this house is. I do know back here too, like my clients back there, they the ability to rent is really high. Great seasonal rentals here. I think they're weekly. I could double check that, but just to give you an idea of some of the, and behind you, just to show, there are still these older homes. Certainly at some point that'll get torn down, and those homes are in the middle of Palm Island. They're not, I don't think they're on the water back there, but nice little mix here. And again, here's another, I was going to say that's a teardown, but it looks like a nice house that they've updated and kept really clean, and lots of banyan trees. Look at the water. It's all about the lifestyle here. You've got kayaking. This is probably really great for kayaking and bird watching. You got the water on the other side there. Just another picture perfect Florida day, guys. Beach access 10. I want to show you literally how close this is. It's getting warm too. Everybody's out living their best lives, and you just cross here and literally it's right there. So this is the beach access, and this is the #1 beach in the US of A. It's usually in the top 3 in the country, ranked by Dr. Beach himself. So we'll just take a quick little stroll so you can look at the white crystal quartz sand that is Siesta Key. Covering about 2.4 square miles of beach and 8 miles long. This is the widest beach I've seen, so we're not going to take you all the way down there because it's a hike. I mean, Siesta Key Beach versus like Lido Beach or certainly Longboat Key Beach, it is a really wide beach from the road to get to the water. The quartz sand has healing powers. I did a whole video on that. We've done a few other Siesta Key tours down here, so be sure to check those out as well. I was going to talk about the trolley. It just happened to be here, so you've got the trolley, Jimmy Buffett playing. Behind us is the market, so they have like limited stuff, so to get you through a weekend or a weekday probably. I've been here a time or two. Back in the day when I first moved here, we used to come to Siesta all the time. It's definitely a younger demographic than for sure Longboat Key. We got golf cart. You guys, this is where it's at right here. See, it's definitely younger. You won't see this on Longboat as much as maybe Lido. And you get the mini donuts over there. So I hope you enjoyed this little tour of Palm Island on Siesta Key. Stay tuned for an upcoming video about the end of March stats as well. Hopefully you'll find those really helpful. I know in looking at them in general, they're interesting, and we have a special guest. So, and if you want an equity update on your property in the Sarasota, Manatee, or Charlotte County areas, please click the link below, shaylatwit.com.